Alright, hello. My name is Matt Viegas. So you've made it up to this point. This is video 7, the final video of the tutorial series for how to use OBS, Open Broadcaster software, to stream to Facebook Live. So we went through all those steps already, and now here's just a quick recap first of everything that we went through, and then some stuff to go from here now that you know everything, right? So first thing we did, video 1 was just the overview, as you see, with the image background and the webcam and whatnot. Video 2 was simply put about the background image, that one, right? And getting your social media handles and whatnot and icons on there. And again, for Facebook Live, if you're doing this, like this image overlay is the biggest reason to go through all this hassle and all these videos I just put out for using Open Broadcaster software to stream on a computer for free, Mac or PC or even Linux, and stream here to Facebook Live as opposed to just using your phone and doing that through your Facebook feed, right? So you need a page in order to do that, but this is pretty worth it because you can see here in the bottom all my stuff and how nice that is. So if you wanted to be super cheesy, I guess you could use Microsoft Paint or something. But in that second video, I actually did put a link to the Reddit forum. I glanced through a few, but I found one that's really good and has a lot of different resources. I haven't checked all of them out because there's hundreds. I use Adobe Photoshop personally. It's not free, but there's definitely other free options you could learn how to use, and search YouTube for tutorials on that. So really, in my case, the only part that wasn't free was making this image. But everything else, you just follow along with the process that I went through with the article, with downloading OBS and everything, right? So that third video was just about going through that download process, whether you are on a PC, Mac, or Linux. And then video 4 was talking about the video and audio settings, right? So just double check those, go back and review if you need to. Everything is pretty straightforward. Just follow the numbers that are listed in the article and the way I explain things. And of course, the output to the server, to the Facebook server, is pretty important. So getting that nice stream key and making sure you are all set. So video 4, we also went through that process of instead of me with my standard one, actually creating this new scene. So it was really simple because there's only 2 sources. There's the image and then the video capture device, and just resizing that and moving it to where you need, right? And then in video 5, went through the rest of those video audio options with the bitrate, all that, data, kind of boring stuff, but necessary so you could get set up. And then in the previous video, that one just explaining the rest of this article, going through the screenshots about how to actually get the stream from this preview window to those Facebook servers and what that process looks like. So here, I've gone through that recap. There's just a couple things I wanted to sort of note to top off and round out this video tutorial series, right? So I did mention before that I personally like to record my videos, have it backed up on my hard drive. Certainly with OBS, it's nice because sometimes, depending on your internet connection, the stream can get a bit laggy. So it's always nice to have a safeguard, a backup, and of course, the other thing is you could take your video. So you could see my feed here in OBS. Take your video, apply a few edits, maybe add an intro video to the beginning on YouTube. And so there's videos and tutorials on YouTube about how to go about that using the YouTube editor once you have your backup video file from your hard drive and uploading that to YouTube. Since well, the nice thing is, since you've gone through this hassle of the stream quality process for the video and audio, then your backup file should be all good to go for just straight up uploading that to YouTube, right? So there's that. I really love having those recordings. You could certainly invest in a backup hard drive if you need to, but for the most part, like all of these video files shouldn't take up too much space, since you are using, let's see, in my case I'm using MP4, but you could use other video codecs to compress the files better. And then lastly, I just wanted to touch upon the hotkeys section. So let me just double check. Yeah, in advanced, like, I mean, I can see some of the stuff, but like, I wouldn't really mess around with it for our purposes of just streaming to Facebook Live. I think all the stuff we touched upon is pretty good, right? So some of the nice things you can do with the hotkeys, again, I'm using a Mac, so you could set up your streaming button. For the purposes of Facebook Live, since you do have to use a new stream key every time, and you have to click that start streaming button to get the preview, and you're not even live yet, like, I don't see much purpose here. For your microphone, I believe that's under audio for here for the push to talk. You can set up that button however you want. And if you like that option, you can certainly do so. I just personally don't like the hassle of having to worry about a keyboard, so I just prefer having the mic on the whole time, but that option is totally up to you. The biggest one, though, if you are going to use the hotkeys, I would probably use it for the start-stop recording. You could certainly set up one for the stop stream. I definitely see value in that. And in terms of key combinations, let's see if I can just set up an example one here. So since I am on Mac, one of the tricks of the trade is to use a keyboard combination. Any button that includes Control and Alt. So those two buttons plus, say, a number like 6. So let's see if I can do this here and just do, okay, so the plus minus button just adds a new one. But for here, you could hit, say, Control Alt 6. That's a pretty safe keyboard combination for use on a Mac. Now with PC, you do have other options. You could definitely use Control Alt as well. It's a pretty safe choice, as opposed to just straight up using the function keys. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. And again, that's really everything. You can see some of these other things down here. So like I mentioned, you could have that push to talk option for your microphone if you choose to do so. So say like you do a Google Hangout or something, that's probably a good reason to use it that I could see. But feel free to add any feedback, any comments, or whatever in the section below for this video. And I hope everything helped. That concludes this video tutorial series. So feel free to share your Facebook page here, and you should be able to stream and get everything going just based off the articles I listed and what I went through here. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one. If you want, you're certainly welcome to follow all my social media tags and handles down below. So thanks again, and have a good one.